All right. How's it going, everyone? What is going on? I had like a little opening monologue planned a little bit earlier in the day for us getting started here, but that has completely gone out the window. I have no clue what I was going to say. We're here again looking for Tepig. As always, we're about hitting 9,000 freaking encounters looking for this pig. I can't dilly-dally any longer. I gotta get going because I want to get this pig before next year. I want to get a shiny Tepig before 2025. I want to get it before 10,000 encounters. So I gotta get moving. We gotta make this happen because shoot, it has been way too long. It has been 5 months to the day today, December 9th. We started this on July 9th, and 5 months to the day since I started looking for this pig, and we are still on the hunt. And I am just damn ready to see this pig shine. I really am. But how's everyone doing? What's been going on? How was the weekend? The weekend was quite an interesting one, quite a fun one, I should say. Saturday was something for me, and I mentioned before I'm a University of Georgia fan. Went there, and they played in the SEC championship against Texas. That game was anxiety. Oh my lord, the last few weeks of Georgia football, the last 2 weeks specifically, have just been trying to give me a heart attack, just trying to send me to an early grave. But we pulled out a win both times, so that has been super nice. And yeah, that's a great way to kick off a weekend, or I guess my weekend is really kicked off on Fridays. What did I do on Friday? I think I did some shopping on Friday. Yeah, I think Emily and I went out and about, did some Christmas shopping, grabbed some stuff for relatives, and a couple things for ourselves as well. You know, when you get to this age, when you go Christmas shopping, you get yourself a few Christmas presents too, not just for other people. So I think I picked up a Bakugo pop figure somewhere back there on my hero shelf of pop figures. Then what else? I got something from my dad. I got him a Christmas gift. I grabbed something for my mom as well. Grabbed a couple things online for my sister. I could totally talk about what the things I got them are. My sister knows about I have a channel that I like stream to and stuff. I don't think she actually knows what it is. I don't think I've ever sent her the link to it, but my parents, they might know about this. I think I've mentioned it maybe, or I don't know. Anyways, I could probably totally bring up what I got them for Christmas. I don't think I'd be spoiling anything for them, but just in case, you never know, just in case, I'll keep it to myself. Don't want to ruin any surprises for anyone. Man, I'm having a weird, just in the last hour or so, I've been having this weird little thing with my right side of my neck and upper body, just through my it's something. Yeah, I deal with this stupid sinus neck, whatever it is, crap. Trying to go, been going to the doctor for it, and it just flares up out of nowhere. I've been chill for all day, and then all of a sudden in the last hour, I just got this weird thing, it's almost, I can almost feel it in my chest up here. It's stimming up through my neck, in my lymph node. Just the strangest thing. I don't know what's going on, but that is a-okay. I guess. I don't know. Honestly, I'm in a bit of discomfort. It is just the way these things pop up, I guess, when you get older and you're not super incredibly active. And I definitely do not eat as good as I should. I am not great at eating healthy. Although today, of all days, I did actually eat in, made lunch and dinner here. So I don't know, maybe it was something I put in the food I made myself. But yeah, I feel like ever since I ate dinner, I've been having this weird sensation in my whole body. It was kind of radiating out of my neck. Yeah, whatever. I will try not to gripe on that too much. Mainly because how awful, not how, it wouldn't be awful, but it'd be a little it'd be interesting to actually get the shiny Tepig, and then the clip for a video or short or whatever it is just me complaining about bodily discomfort. Like what kind of a clip would that be? It'd be an interesting one. I don't know, one interesting one for sure. Drinking a big sip of water seems to help, but it does not get it to go away. It's not a permanent help, like a temporary little relief. And then let's see, did I do anything else this weekend other than really? Yeah, Saturday was just the lazy day, watching college football all day, watching all the conference championships, and then yeah, Friday was all the shopping, and then yesterday was a pretty lazy day too. What did I work on yesterday? I might have worked on a thumbnail. I think I did. I've been in a very big thumbnail making mood recently, just because I reworked the thumbnail for this Tepig stream, and it got me in the mood to start reworking thumbnails for all the other streams we're doing. And then I started thinking like, oh, well, what are some streams I want to do in the future? Maybe I can just start making thumbnails for those. And so I've made probably a good 5-6 thumbnails for hunts that'll be taking place at some point in the future. Who knows when, but I'll get around to using them eventually, I guess. So yeah, I can't even remember what Pokemon it was I made a thumbnail for yesterday. So, I don't think it was was this Suicune? I know I made a Mewtwo one the other day. I might have been Suicune I did yesterday. That's my memory for you. I cannot remember a damn thing. I did work on a thumbnail today as well, because I had a video idea, got a little inspired by my YouTube front page, whatever you call it, homepage. I guess I'm gonna try and do a shiny like recap for the year. I've seen a couple videos posted like that, you know, mine shiny hunting recap for 2024. So I'm gonna try and make a video and get that put out by the end of the year. And then today I just pumped out. It's a basic thumbnail, but I like it. I think it looks cool. And since I definitely have the time to, you know, work on the thumbnail even more while I, you know, get the video going, maybe I could improve it here, there, make it even better. I think the main thing I would want to work on is like just the positioning of the Pokemon on the thumbnail, and then like the background. I think those are the two things that I really have to tweak, because like I like the way the Pokemon look. What I've been doing recently is finding Pokemon cards with, you know, good high quality art that I think that I just enjoy looking at, and then kind of clipping the Pokemon out of the card art and then recoloring them to be shiny. And so I had to do that for like 7 Pokemon for the thumbnail, and I think it turned out pretty good. All the recolors. Some of the ones I've done have been a little iffy, and I've had to touch them up afterwards. Been like, oh, I didn't clip that out or recolor that quite as well as I could have. But I think these all the 7 Pokemon that are in this thumbnail, I think they all turned out pretty good. But I'm not 100% sold on the background yet for the thumbnail. It's kind of just a plain background. There's not much to it, but I might try and spruce it up while I'm waiting on getting the video out. I should, in theory, be able to get a good amount of work done this weekend. Do not have anything going on this coming weekend. It should be the first like truly lazy weekend with nothing to do for me in a while. And also, that was 8,888 encounters. Getting a shiny right there would have been incredible. It would have just satisfied me to my core to see all 8s for a shiny, but is that gonna happen? No, of course not. Tepig's gonna get me an ugly number. It's already putting me through the ringer. Tepig's gonna show up on like a number that just really dissatisfies me. I mean, I won't care very much when the shiny shows up, because I mean, I want the freaking shiny now. It really doesn't matter what the number is, but seeing how this hunt has gone, there's a very low chance that I get this Tepig on what I would consider a satisfying number. But I should have plenty of time this coming weekend to actually work on this video. I think probably what I'll spend, probably mostly Friday, will be like script writing. I already started thinking over the script in my head. Probably should have started writing some of it down. I do have a tendency to think through stuff beforehand and then actually get to like a good spot and be like, oh yeah, I like that. And then I never write it down. And by the time I get around to writing it down, I forgot what I was coming up with. So probably should have just been jotting notes or writing down in the moment, but oh well. I'll get there eventually. I don't know how long I want to make the video though. Roost, what up, what up? Yeah, unfortunately we did find ourselves going over odds. Quite unfortunate, but you know, as long as I get it below 10K, I won't complain too terribly much. I mean, I would have loved to get it sooner, but as long as I don't go into 5 digits, I'm like, I'm chilling. I'm chill. But I'm at the point, I mean, I've been at the point for a while now where every single reset, I'm just holding my breath like, come on, please be the one. Please be the one. Show me the shiny. Come on. It's yet to come through for me, but one day that feeling will pay off. I need to remember that I can just spacebar to increase the counters and not the encounter thing, and not actually move my hand over to the mouse. Is what it is. You went 60K at Abundant Shrine. What were you trying to get at Abundant Shrine? Were you looking for a Landorus or just a wild Pokemon in the grass? I would imagine, you know, you're talking about phasing, you're looking for a wild Pokemon. But that is pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. Altaria. Goodness. Altaria is a phenomenal shiny, so I understand why you're looking for it. That'd be a fun one to look out for. Got a second Petalil. Yeah, Petalil shiny, not quite as good. Not quite as good. Lilligant has a nice shiny. I think Lilligant looks real nice. Okay, Bianca. Show me the money. Show me the money. We're going to hit 8,900 encounters. And no shiny. Hey, I mean, what's the saying? I'm blanking on the saying. All's well that ends well. almost said all ends well that is end well. I was like, no, that is, what was that? All's well that ends well. So it worked out for you. So congrats on that. Congrats. All's well that ends well. That's a saying, right? I don't think I'm going crazy. That's just a saying I've heard thrown about, you know, my entire life. All's well that ends well. I guess in like hindsight, what does that even mean? All's well that ends well. Like, yeah, if it ends well, of course, yeah, it's well. I don't know. Some kind of saying I've heard a number of times throughout my life, but I guess I've never really stopped to think, what does that mean? Ooh, shiny Tynamo. That's a tough hunt for not, I mean, Electros has a great shiny, but Tynamo is, luckily you can actually see you know, in whatchamacallit, where am I going with my words here? If you're playing Black 2, White 2, when you encounter it, you'll actually see it shiny, as opposed to like in a whatchamacallit. I'm completely blanking on what point I'm trying to make, but yeah, good luck on that that dynamo hunt. Good luck on that. I was trying to make some kind of point there and I just could not find the words, so I'm just giving up on that train of thought. We're moving on. Yeah, fair, Ryan, fair. Oh, nice. Using the shoot, what are they? They're not O. Are they called? No, pass powers. I almost call them O powers. O powers is X and Y. That actually, did that go through? No. Did that encounter go through? Like, or my counting of that? Okay, it did. So I just need to remember not to click anything after this next reset. I've played Black 2 and White 2 so many times. I've never even remotely tried anything with past powers. So that reminds me, I was looking into it one day with chat because of the luck pass power to get shinies, and I was like, ooh, should I try and take advantage of this? But like, there's so little information online about the pass powers, and you know, I was streaming at the time and trying not to take up too much dead space by just looking at the internet. But yeah, I would like to figure out how to utilize those pass powers, but I'll have to sit down and do some serious research on it because they are a bit understudied. They're not the most widely widely understood mechanic. These games were not super popular when, I gotta remember, no encounters. We're not super popular when they came out, so stuff like the pass powers get a bit got a bit left in the history books. Well, I will certainly be asking then, because yeah, I again never dabbled with pass powers at all, so I have no clue how they work. I'll definitely be, once I get this Tepig, I'm going to be moving on. I'm not going to do any more starter reset hunts or anything like that. I thought about potentially doing like a shiny badge quest, but it's taken so long for this Tepig. I'm abandoning that idea. I'm just simply getting this Tepig, moving on to the post game so I can start breeding with Masuda Method and get the shiny charm. So yeah, once I get this Tepig, I will certainly be needing some help, probably potentially, you know, trying to figure out those pass powers. Yeah, I think I remember looking at it and like trying to figure out, because what the LP won the, because like there's some of them that have a time limit on them, right? But then like the one of them is like permanent. I don't know if I got that right, but the way Cerebi, like I remember the table like broke it down. There's like certain levels of pass powers that have time limits on them, but then there's like another table that didn't seem to like mention a time limit on them. So I was like, are these permanent, or do these have a time limit? I wasn't sure. There was like one of them that was a luck power or something that I was like, is there a time limit on this? Does it expire? Is this constant? I gotcha. Exclusive to Black and White 1. Why would they do that? This is 10 minutes. I almost gotta wonder, is like, I don't know what all like goes into getting these pass powers. So like, is the 10 minutes time limit, like, is it even worth setting it up? Like taking the time to set it up just to have 10 minutes worth? Yeah, you're not wrong. And if you're able to stack those multipliers, like with the past powers and then with a shiny charm, and then if you're Masudam, which, well, I guess does the lucky power impact eggs, or is it purely wild encounters, or is it like all Pokemon generated have increased shiny rolls? Because certainly if you could stack all three, Masuna Method, Shiny Charm, and Pass Power, I mean, you could do a lot in those 10 minutes. Hopefully, it all still depends on luck, but... Pearly, what up, what up? Yep, we gotta see if this Tepig wants to shine. It has been far too long. I'm really feeling it today. I'm feeling it. It's been 5 months on the dot. I feel like today has to be the day. Gotcha. I wonder, you say static Pokemon. I wonder if it would work on Reshiram and Zekrom if you remove their shiny lock. Like if you know, go about the methods of doing so. If you remove the shiny lock on Reshiram and Zekrom to soft reset for them, would the past powers work on them, or like because of the game's programming, would it like not think to work on them? I don't know. I don't know how the code, like the action replay or whatever code, and you know, whatever you got to do to remove the shiny lock, I don't know how that interacts fully with the game. Same with like Victini. Wonder if it would help out. Man, there we go. Just had to go to the other direction. I was like, I feel a pop coming. I feel something in the back, you know, in my back. There was a pop there. I just had to find it. All right, let's get going. So Roost, are you working on a Shiny Living Dex for Black 2 White 2, or you just enjoy shiny hunting in the game? Just hunting for fun. Oh, excuse me, goodness. Crud, what up? Oh, okay, I gotta actually, okay, what am I doing now? Starting off, gotta reset, and I got the encounters, whatchamacallit. Okay, we're good. I got a little off my routine. I was like, where am I, what do I do with my hands? What's going on? Yeah, today is the day. Today is the day. I 100% feel it in my bones. It has to be 5 months to the date. We're getting the Tepig today. I need to decide what hunt I want to do tomorrow. I've got like 3, well, really no, it's like 2. I've got like 2 that I can work on. You know, I can go back to doing the Squirtle hunt again, I might do just because it is a legitimate hunt that, you know, really helps us towards the Shiny Living Dex. But then there's always the Magikarp hunt, the level 100 Shiny Magikarp. That one would just be it. That one's just fun. That one's just a silly little hunt to try and do. But the odds of us finding that Magikarp are astronomically low, like 5 times lower, over 5 times lower than finding a base odd Shiny. So in a way, doing that hunt is kind of a waste of time, because like if I do want to get this Shiny Living Dex, you know, going and completed in a good pace, doing the Magikarp hunt is a little bit of a time sink. But I mean, shoot, getting the Magikarp would be crazy and a lot of fun. I gotcha. Yeah, in Platinum, I decided to try and fish up the level 100 Magikarp that you can find in the resort area. And, you know, there's like a 1 in 10,000 chance to find the level 100 Magikarp. And then using the cute charm glitch, you know, you can, the shiny odds would then be 1 in 50,000, because, you know, 1 in 10,000 to get the Magikarp, and then there's a 1 in 5 chance for it to be shiny. So yeah, it's a 1 in 50,000 chance to get a shiny level 100 Magikarp in the resort area with that that method, which is the best odds that you can get to fish up a level 100 shiny in the resort area. Because I did the math. If you lead with a Pokemon that has like Pressure or Vital Spirit, I can't remember the other one. There's like 3 abilities that when you lead with them, it influences the Pokemon you run into to be like higher level in the like level range that they can appear in. And so it's like, normally if you don't lead with any special Pokemon, it's a 1 in 10,000 chance to get that level 100 Magikarp in the resort area. If you lead with a Pokemon with like Pressure, Vital Spirit, there's like one other one I can't remember, it becomes like a 1 in 200 chance. So a significant increase, but you know, a 1 in 200 chance with a 1 in 8,192 shiny odds is still incredibly low chance to get a Magikarp. It's like still like a 1 in them, you know, couple million something encounter. But then doing it with the cute charm glitch makes it 1 in 50,000, which still very low, but the best odds you're gonna get. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I certainly have a lot of shiny hunts ahead of me as well. I'm hoping that's, you know, we get this I don't want to say stupid. I hope we get this dang Tepig soon so that I can start shiny hunting more Gen 5 Pokemon, because I love Gen 5, favorite gen, love all the Pokemon. I want to hunt more than just Tepig, but, you know, Tepig's eating into my Gen 5 games. I can't shiny hunt anything else while I'm looking for Tepig. So if I shiny hunt anything else, I got to do it in Gens 3, 4. That's it, 3 and 4. But I mean, it's kind of like Generation 3 gives me Generation 1 with Fire Red, Leaf Green, and then Gen 4 gives me Gen 2 with Heart Gold, Soul Silver. So there's a number of other games and regions that I can hunt in. Although right now, because I did just start up my Arceus, Dialga, Palkia, Giratina hunt, my Sinnoh hunting abilities is kind of in the dumps, because my games are all set up to shiny to reset for those legendaries, and I can't leave, so I gotta stick there until I get them. Except for Arceus, I can leave Arceus and come back. So at least that one game, Platinum, I can leave and go do something else if I want to. So I think what I need to do is get my copy of Soul Silver. I need to trade my Totodile because I got a shiny Totodile, you know, maybe about a month ago or something. Got a shiny Totodile, so I need to get that off my copy of Soul Silver onto like my Platinum copy or something, and then reset my Soul Silver to try and get a cute charm glitch, you know, trainer ID, secret trainer ID. And then I need to blitz through my copy of Soul Silver and get to the end of the game. Yeah, true. That's a hunt I'm gonna hopefully start, you know, once Tepig is done, once we get Tepig, that'll probably be the next Gen 5 hunt that I do, will be Tornadus and Thundurus. So yeah, I'll be stuck in that house as well. On my my copies of Black and White down here, I'm gonna dedicate these to doing a Tornadus versus Thundurus kind of shiny race that I've been toying with. Yeah, I looked into that hunt, and that's pretty cool that you can tell that it's shiny from the Pokedex. So you don't actually have to go hunt it down every time. You can just leave the house, see it in the cutscene, check your Pokedex. If it's shiny, you have the shiny form in the dex. If it's not, you just got to reset and do it again. I think that's pretty neat that they even thought to do that, or they programmed it that way that you actually like encounter the Pokemon without actually getting into a battle with it. Landorus is going to be interesting because I need to get a whole slew of Tornadus and Thunduruses compiled together. So I have, you know, you have to have both of them in your party. Well, I guess you only have to have both of them in your party to trigger the event. Once you get Landorus to come down and be ready, that's something I gotta work on or check out. If you like trigger the event, get Landorus to come down, but you never talk to it, if you leave and like trade away your Tornadus and Thundurus and come back, is Landorus still there? I would assume so. You already triggered the event. It's now just a static Pokemon waiting for you. So I guess actually technically I don't have to get a whole bunch of Tornadus and Thundurus. I just need to trigger the event, get Landorus available, trade the Tornadus and Thundurus over to a different game so I can trigger the event again, on and on, until I got a number of Landorus that are available for me to soft reset on. Usually people pre-register. I guess I didn't think about that. Like, go ahead and have a Tornadus or Thundurus traded over into your game so they're already registered in the dex, and then doing the hunt. I never really thought about that. Okay, what was going on up there? One up there did not want to go. Man, it's like this thing I got going on in my chest and back and neck. It like goes away for a second, then it comes back, and it's just like, can we stop this? It's getting a little annoying. Oh yeah, people do that. I gotcha. Yeah, there's so many little nuances and like things to shiny hunting that I never thought of beforehand, or you know, would never be able to think of myself. And so looking into these hunts before doing them really really helps out. Because yeah, if I'd never looked into it, I would have just assumed you had to do the whole Tornadus, Thundurus cutscene. Then you had to go track them down and counter them. If they're not shiny in the battle, you reset. Like, I would have been wasting so much time if I had not just looked into the hunt and seen that you could just check out the Pokedex. Oh, I love Gen 5. I love the game. It's because it's like the world of Unova is so fleshed out and there's so much going on. Like, yeah, you know, it's a more linear game, but there's so much to explore. Like, you're not just stuck in this one path and like that's all you have. You can't do anything else. You just like, you got to go with what they give you. Like, there's so many areas to explore. There's so much to backtrack to. Like almost every area is loaded with stuff to do on return to it. Like, so many routes have HM things that aren't required to do, but once you get the HM and you come back to that route, you can now access new stuff. There's, you know, I love Gen 5. I love the way it's designed. I love the story of the games. I like Black 2, White 2 more than Black and White. But yeah, I think overall Gen 5 is the best gen ever made. Tynamo is your favorite? Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard of Tynamo being anyone's favorite Pokemon, so nice. It's a very cool line. I like the Electros line. It's very cool. Yep. Yeah, I really like Black and White, Black 2, White 2. I think these games were done so dirty by Pokemon fans when they first came out. Like, Gen 1ers ruined everything. Because they're all like, I just want to use Charizard when I play through a new game, and now I can't, so Black and White suck. And it's like, no, you're just dumb. Although I will say what also hurt them was the fact that a large part of the demographic of Pokemon fans from generations 1, 2, 3 had kind of grown up and grown out of Pokemon at the point that Black and White came out. And since it was at like a dip, there weren't as many like young people crazy about Pokemon like there were when Gens 1 and 2 came out. You know, I, for instance, stopped playing Pokemon for a while after Diamond and Pearl came out. I missed the release of Platinum. I missed the release of Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black and White. I got back into Pokemon when Black 2, White 2 came out. And I'm sure a number of people are in the same boat where they got out of Pokemon around the time that Black and White came out, and so that also affects the sales numbers and everything. But unfortunately, because of how it all went, I don't think Game Freak will ever experiment and do the same things that they did with Black and White and Black 2, White 2. Just because they didn't sell, unfortunately. And money talks above all else. Yeah, well, I think they didn't like that. I don't, and I can understand it a little bit. Like, I can understand the gripe that, like, to an extent, I can get it. Oh, Conkeldurr is just Machamp. Throw and Sawk are just Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. Musharna is just Clefable, or this, that, the other. Chandelure is I don't know if I'd say Chandelure. So it is very apparent that a lot of the Gen 1 motifs of Dex design carried over to Black and White, and they kind of went with the same premise. But I think the Black and White ones did it better. I mean, Conkeldurr, I think, is cooler than Machamp. I think it's better than Machamp. I think Gigalith is cooler and better than Graveler. I think a lot of the new renditions of the Pokemon, I think, were done better in Black and White. but people weren't quite fans of it, which I can kind of get. I guess they don't mind when it's like intentionally and very directly a spin-off of the Pokemon. Like, you know, they don't mind Alola Ninetales. Like, clearly it's a Ninetales just from Alola. But they didn't like the fact that Conkeldurr was basically just Machamp, but redesigned, but not Machamp. You know, it's a 3-stage fighting type Pokemon that you got to trade to get the final evolution for. Mono fighting type. Oh, nice. Shiny. Yeah, I like Shiny Conk. That's a nice shiny. Oh, we're about to hit 9,000 encounters, aren't we? We are about to hit 9K. Yeah, I have a massive playlist of remixes from a YouTuber called Zame, who does a bunch of Pokemon theme remixes and remasters, including Conquest themes. So if you're interested in any of the music in the stream, I have a link to the playlist in Zame's channel below where all the background music comes from. You want to go check them out? Unfortunately, I can't say that I've played Conquest myself. I've watched a Let's Play of it, so like I've seen the entirety of Conquest played. I've never played it myself. It looks like a really cool game. It looks really fun. I've thought about downloading it for emulator and trying it out to actually play it myself. I just haven't actually gotten around to doing it. But the themes are great. You know, they have great themes. I threw a bunch of them into the playlist because of that. I've said a number of times on the stream, I'm not very versed in the Pokemon spin-off games. I've not played a whole ton of them, so eventually on the channel I kind of would like to stream myself playing a lot of the Pokemon spin-offs for the first time. Neil, what up, what up? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. I am just here chilling away, hoping that we find a dang shiny Tepig before 9K encounters. But it is, we are certainly on the clock because that is happening very shortly. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I certainly do need to get around to playing Conquest for sure. That and like mystery dungeon games and, you know, yeah, there's a bunch of spin-off games that I really do need to play. XD Gale Darkness, like there's so many that I've missed out on, unfortunately, over the years. But I have played pinball. I have played pinball. I got that one in the bank. At least the Ruby Sapphire version of it. I'd have to go back and check, but I think you're correct on that. I think that was the bug type theme. I think from the limited little text that I could see up there in the corner, I think you were right. I think it said Chrysalis or something like that. I think that's the name of the bug type person, if I remember correctly from the number of times I've seen that song pop up on stream. Here, let me see if I can. Won't show me. I were to try and go back, no. Not gonna pop up. Yeah, the playlist is on shuffle, so unless I went backwards. But yeah, I think that was Chrysalis, the bug type person. Or Chrysalia, whatever it was. Something like that. I like the fact that the guy Nobunaga has a shiny Rayquaza. That is really cool. And I actually have a Pokemon card with Nobunaga and Rayquaza on it. Shiny Rayquaza. Unfortunately for us in outside of Japan, they did not really... There was a promo card in Japan that has Nobunaga and a shiny Rayquaza on it. Or... Actually, it might... Does it have both of them on it? I think it does. And yeah, I have that card in my collection. It is very cool. Very cool. Alright, so these are the last few encounters before we hit 9K. Can we get a shiny here, please? Oh, please give me a shiny pig. I am ready. Unfortunately, Tepig is not ready. And 9K it is. 9K it is. Good lord. I feel you there. I am also a Gen 5 fanboy, majorly. Like, of all the Pokemon games that I have played, like, I've replayed Black 2, White 2 recently, like, the most of all games. Like, yeah, I play Black 2, White 2 all the time, like, on repeat. I love those games. And then I haven't played Black and White as much recently. I need to fully replay them again, but played them more than other games. Like, the last time I replayed Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, or Heart Gold, Soul Silver, whatever it was, bunch of other games. Yeah, it's been a minute since I replayed them. I guess, well, actually I kind of officially played through Heart Gold, Soul Silver all the way for the first time. I think it was earlier this year. I'd played through it here, there, some. Like, I have the game, and like I played them before, but I'd never like fully beaten it. Because I played Crystal so many times that I never really committed to finishing Heart Gold, Soul Silver, but I finally did that earlier this year. I don't think I've ever gotten a single Pokemon game to 999 hours. Shiny Celebi, what up, what up? How's it going? I think the most I can remember having on a game was actually X and Y, or my copy of Pokemon Y. When X and Y first came out, way back in the mystical days of 2013. Even though I'm not really a big fan of 3D Pokemon games now, I popped off on Pokemon Y. I played that game a shitload. I haven't touched the game in a decade, but for the year and a half I was playing it, I played it a lot. I think I put like close to 500 hours on my copy of Y, but that's the most I can remember. I know I played like Ruby, Black 2, White 2. I played them a lot, just not in like one singular save file. Like, I've either replayed them or, you know, this, that, the other. What I really need is to get my neck to pop. I think if I got my neck back here to crack, be doing good. Oh goodness, yeah, you've really committed to Black 2, White 2. That's impressive. I can only assume once I'm done with this Shiny Living Dex, I'll probably have my Black 2 maxed out on hours. Maybe even my, well, I guess I don't have an English copy of White 2 yet. I only have a Japanese copy. But I'm sure I'll put some serious hours into my Black 2 version trying to complete this Shiny Living Dex. I've never done Dynamax adventures. I got Sword and Shield on release day. I got Sword, and then I think over the span of like a week or two, I got to the 7th gym, but after beating, or maybe right before the 7th gym, but then I kind of stopped playing for a year, and then picked it back up, beat the game, decided to buy the DLC. I only played through the Isle of Armor. I paid for the Crown Tundra, but I never played the DLC. Like, I never did the Crown Tundra stuff. I bought it, but I never played it. I just did the Isle of Armor and was like, okay, I'm good. So I have never done the Dynamax Adventures. Do a little bit of light stretching here for a second. I can. Oh man, back is a mess right now. So I guess it's not really my back, it's my, well, it's like my upper back. It's really what I need to be stretching out, but we will persevere, we'll push through. I don't know. I always kind of thought that making something shiny odds so low, like you know, I know Dynamax Adventures, they take a second to get through and they're like kind of challenging in a way. So like it makes sense why they're only at 1 in 100, like what's 1 in 100 odds of being shiny or something. So pretty low odds, but considering how long they take and they can be a challenge, like I guess I get not wanting to make them insanely high shiny odds, but you going to bed? Okay, I'll be there in just a second. And it's just the same kind of sentiment for like Legends Arceus and Scarlet Violet. Haven't played the games, bought Legends Arceus, haven't played it, never bought Scarlet Violet, but they just seem way too easy to get shinies in. Between the fact that the shiny odds are lowered, you can see so many Pokemon in the overworld at the same time, you know, the sandwiches increase odds, it just like, it seems a little too easy. Like I've seen people find 3 shinies at one time on the screen. Like I saw a clip of someone with 3 shiny Great Tusk on the screen at the same time, and it's just like, okay, that just means shinies are a little too easy to find now. If you can get 3 on the screen at once, like I'm sure that's still a rare occurrence, doesn't happen all the time, but that's just a little much. It's just a little much in terms of devaluing the rarity of shinies. But I'm gonna go take my dogs out for a second and then tell my fiance goodnight, and I will be right back. So just a moment. Ooh, okay, I am back. Sorry. Took a second. Illusion, what up? How's it going? Hopefully I didn't miss you, sorry. After taking my dogs out and then telling Emily goodnight, I then realized I really freaking had to pee. I was like, okay, I got my dogs to go to the bathroom, told Emily goodnight, and I was like, I was about to walk in my door over here and I said, wait, I gotta freaking piss. So, yeah, we back. Let's get this dang Tepig. I gotta get going. All right, cool. Well, welcome. Glad you're vibing. Hopefully I heard a nice little peaceful remix going on in the back, in the background. Hopefully that was keeping you nice and content, nice and, I don't know where I'm going with that. But yeah, welcome. Let's see, do I want to make a call today? It has been quite some time since I've truly made a call on where I think we're going to get a shiny. I think I got to do it today. You know, I'm really feeling the vibes. I'm feeling like Tepig has to show up today. So I'm going to make an ambitious call, and I'm going to say 9,142. 9,142. Okay, that feels a little... well, no, I went with it. We got to go with it. 9,142. If we don't get it before then, that is the number I am feeling in my heart. Hopefully I can remember it, though. I'm not always the best at remembering what number I said. Sometimes I do blank out and forget where I made my call. Oh, nice. You do some theme remixes and stuff? That's sweet. I've wanted to work on stuff like that before. You know, I thought about it like, oh, that'd be so cool, but that is not my creative. Yeah, I don't know where. That is not where my creativity lies. Music is not where my brain. I don't know what word I'm looking for there, but yeah, I'm not musically inclined is what I'm trying to say. Really, I mean, I'm not the world's most artsy person. Like, I'm not super great, you know, artistically. I think with thumbnails, I'm decent in a way. Like for YouTube thumbnails, I'm obviously not capable of drawing at all. I'm certainly not an artist. Cannot draw to save my life, but I think I'm decent with Photoshop. Nice. That's awesome. There are definitely some good themes in Scarlet Violet. from what I've heard in my listenings of Zame's remixes, because haven't heard them in game myself. Just heard them through the music playlist I got going on. Definitely some solid themes though. But that's one of the few trends Pokemon has just constantly had in terms of quality throughout every Pokemon game is the music. It's always great. If there's like one thing about Pokemon quality that has never dipped, always been, you know, consistently peak, is the music. Oh, yo, nice. Handy as well. Place the belt on antique. That's sweet. You do sewing yourself, or you fixing it up for someone else, or just a passion project? Okay, nice, cool. Okay, I gotcha, I gotcha. Well, glad you got your hands on one. And you were able to fix it up yourself, so that's a nice little added sentiment to it. Oh, no worries, no worries. You're all good. Nope, we got another conquest theme. If Roost is still around, we got more conquest for you. See if you can, if Roost is still here, see if you can figure out what theme this is, who it's from. Welcome back, welcome back. Oh, yeah. We'll keep these up and nothing there. Man, oh man. Tepig is gonna put me through the ringer. Said 9,142, so 100 encounters to go to see if I am correct in my call for the Shiny Tepig tonight. Nice, nice. There's something to be said about the simplicity and yet function of things from the past. It's like, yeah, we have more complex stuff today that can do more, but there's just something nice about something being simple enough to just work, and then if it breaks, you can easily fix it. Sometimes the overcomplication, yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Oh, I was struggling there. From you know, modernism can be a bit of a setback. In ways, obviously. In other ways, the modern evolution of things is very much useful. Oh shoot, yeah, that is quite old. I've always liked antique stuff. I don't really do much. Like, I don't really collect. Fly, what up, what up? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you back. I used to be more into antique stuff, like collecting and just, you know, thinking, you know, oh, you know, relishing in, you know, cool old things. I haven't been quite as much into it recently. Been a little preoccupied collecting Pokemon stuff. But, you know, some old school Pokemon stuff, you can consider it antique maybe, but I do like antique stuff. I would certainly, if, you know, I had more money, I would certainly love to collect more antique things, but, you know, only got so much. Only got so much. Yeah, Roost, I was wondering if you would be able to point out which conquest theme that was. I got it up here so I could tell you if you're right or not. Riding home from NYC and trying. Oh, okay. What were you doing in the Big Apple? Shoot, what is going on? why is my 1DS just not responding at all? What are you doing up there in good old NYC? I don't know why that 1DS was just not responding whatsoever. What is going on? My DSs are not responding to the receiver quite as effectively right now. Being a little wonky. Okay, nice. You off from, I can't remember, are you in school or are you working? I can't remember. You got off on a Monday to go do that? I've only been to New York City twice in my life. I've never been around Christmas time. Both times were in the summer. But I've certainly heard how nice it is there in NYC during Christmas. All the decorations and the tree and everything. Nice. Always good to get some time off. I decided, you know what, I'm gonna take I'm gonna be off for 2 weeks, like the entire week of Christmas and then the next week around New Year's. I have some extra vacation saved up, and I was thinking maybe I would not use it and just roll it over for next year, but I don't feel like going through the flip-flop of being off, being on, being off, being on, being off, being on, because that's what it is basically. You have the weekend, then you work a day, then you're off for Christmas, then you work a day, then you're off the weekend, then you work 2 days, then you're off New Year's, then you work a day, then weekend, and I'm just like, I don't feel like flip-flopping between relaxing and working constantly, so I was like, I got the vacation time, I'm just not working for 2 weeks. Checking out, I'm gone, so that'll be very nice, not having to deal with anything for those few weeks. Probably going to be a whole lot of stress when I get back, but I can deal with that later. No worries, Roos, no worries. So that was Ignis. That was the fire type one. Man, oh man, Tepig, good lord, what do I gotta do? What do I gotta do? Why will you not shine? But I'm already in holiday mode. Like, I'm gonna overwork. I'm just like, I'm tired of it. This new job is not the worst thing in the world, but there are just some days where I'm like, good lord, there are just some days where it's like, I need a 3-week break after this one singular day at work, because goodness, that was just too much. That is one of the few things I really miss about school. Well, there's actually a lot of things I miss about being in school now that I've been an adult for long enough, but summer break. Good lord, I underestimated how nice summer break is. Like, having 2 to 3 months off. I worked during the time, but like, the working I was doing was nothing compared to the working I'm doing now. I had very lax summer jobs at school, so nothing too strenuous, but yeah. I miss having 2-3 months off during the summer, and then like having 3 weeks off around Christmas. Yeah, after we get Thanksgiving. We would have like Thanksgiving off, and then we come back for like a week to do finals, and be off for 3 weeks for Christmas. And it was like, not having that as an adult, as like a working human. Gosh, it's so taxing, just constantly working, never really having time off. Like you get a little bit of time off here, there. You might take a week or so, but it never feels like enough. It just never feels like enough. Well, accidentally gave those two up there a little bit of a nickname, so if they come through as okay, just go with it. What are we doing? Yes. Okay, cool. But yeah, the stress of school was certainly not fun, but work stress is also equally not fun, but you get like you barely get any time off. You also have to deal with the stress of life, of being like a true functioning adult. Now I know some people do have to deal with a lot more during college than I had to. I did have the privilege of, I worked during college, but I was not working like a 40 hours a week. I had a job, thankfully, that didn't work on the weekends, so always had weekends off. I worked 20 to 30 hours. 30 hours was like max, and that was generally like a lot. Like 20 to 25 was like the most I worked in a week, and I was fortunate, my parents could pay for my rent. Yeah, I won't dive into too much, but they were able to pay for my rent, and fortunately, they did pay for my car as well, so I was certainly privileged in that regard. I know, not everyone is that lucky, but yeah, I miss the less responsibility that I had in college. It's like, yeah, sometimes working in food service, and I also had a very, for a food service job, my job was certainly not the worst. Food service that I was in, because I was in a cafe on campus at college and not like a true blue restaurant. But yeah, if I thought engineering homework was stressful, trying to get that done in a deadline, doing actual engineering work and getting it done on a deadline is also very stressful. In fact, it's more stressful because, like, I guess getting stuff wrong or like not doing it on time, not getting things done in college, it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to pass, and how's that going to affect me? But all that. But like, you do it in the real world, and you mess up or get something not done on time, and then have even more major consequences on your life than messing up a college assignment or getting late on an assignment or whatever. So yeah, and it's a different type of work too. Like engineering work in college, completely different than the type of work I'm doing as a professional. I gotcha. Nice. Yeah, I always really enjoyed doing CAD work as a part of like engineering projects and in classes and whatnot. I really enjoyed doing CAD work. Actually going into engineering, going into college, I thought there would be more CAD work in my life, but no, I just I generate a lot of documents, a lot of Word documents, a lot of Excel, a lot of calculations. It's not very much CAD as I would have liked. Now that could just be, the position I'm in. If I found a different job, maybe there'd be more CAD involved for me, but it's like I took basically CAD classes in high school, and I didn't know any better. I'm in high school. No one I actually knew was an engineer. My parents weren't engineers. None of my friends' parents were. Like, I didn't really know any engineers. So I did CAD classes and was like good at them. And so because I was also like good at math and I liked building things, people were like, oh, you should be an engineer. And so I was just like, oh, well, I'm good at CAD stuff. So everyone says I should be an engineer. Must be what engineers do all day. And I do some of it occasionally, but mostly the CAD work related to my stuff is just handled by our CAD drafters, the people who actually are much more proficient and knowledgeable of the CAD software, so I kind of just do the paperwork. Yeah, SolidWorks was definitely by far my favorite one I ever used. As well, I used SolidWorks, I've used AutoCAD, I used Autodesk Inventor, I've used MicroStation. Like, I've used a number of CAD softwares. But yeah, SolidWorks was definitely the best one I ever used. I think Inventor was probably say Inventor was second. Was not a fan of AutoCAD when I had to use it. Was not a big fan of AutoCAD. Never used Revit. After using SolidWorks, going to using something like AutoCAD, it just feels like such a step back that it's hard to use. Like, SolidWorks is so fluid, like, you know, the way the features worked and everything was laid out, like, it just felt so fluid and easy to get stuff done. And then when I had to like move to AutoCAD, it was just felt so much less intuitive. I was like, I do not enjoy this. This is not nearly as cohesive as SolidWorks is. And what was annoying is I used Inventor and SolidWorks in high school, but then I used AutoCAD in college. So like, I had to take a step back as I went forward in my in my education. So I gotcha. Yeah, never had to do any of that, but luckily I did not have to do too much in AutoCAD in college. It was just like one class, really. I gotcha. Oh, goodness. Get my mic out here in a good position. Yeah, and in hindsight about my education, my degree, I think I probably would enjoy doing more CAD work than engineering work, you know, the kind of engineering that I do. Also, I think I'm a mechanical engineer. I think I would have enjoyed being like a civil engineer more if I went into engineering. Like, if I stuck with engineering, I think I would have enjoyed civil more than I'm enjoying mechanical. But I got the degree already, so I'm kind of just here. Oh yeah, I feel you there on the sinuses stuff. My sinuses have been just a mess for a while now. I've been having to go to a ENT to get all this, that, and the other done, and on allergy shots now because my allergies are apparently abysmally bad, which I've always known I have terrible allergies, you know, my entire life. I had to do allergy shots when I was in like middle school, but I thought they had helped me get beyond all that. No, not really. So I'm back on allergy shots and trying to figure out what's wrong with my sinuses. Just constantly congested and swollen, and yeah. True. Yeah, I certainly didn't know enough about engineering before going into college. I was just kind of told by everyone, specifically my parents, that like I should go into engineering, and I was just like, okay, will do. And mechanical engineering is like the most common one, and I think it's the one people know the most. So it's just like, oh, go into mechanical engineering. It was like, sure, why not? During my senior year, I took an environmental engineering class, and that actually ended up being really cool, and it got me questioning my whole degree. And maybe it was just because it was a really good professor, and it was, you know, you get a good professor that can have you rethinking your entire life. But I was like, man, maybe I should do environmental engineering. I like this. This is fun. But it was literally my last semester of senior year, so I couldn't really change then. Going from Minecraft to SolidWorks. Yeah, certainly two very different styles of building, styles of creating things between Minecraft and SolidWorks, that's for sure. Can only imagine. I'm still just waiting. I'm not actually waiting for the day. I don't ever want to have to use it. I'm waiting for the day that I actually have to apply any sort of thermodynamics, heat design, or, you know, class like that. Fluid dynamics. Like, those classes gave me hell in college, and yet haven't touched anything of the sort as an engineer. Like when it comes to math, like in the 6 years, yeah, it's coming up on 6 years since I graduated and started working. In the 6 years I've been an engineer, all the math I've done is basic arithmetic, just basic multiplication, division, adding, subtract. It's just like, you know, finding an equation, figuring out the variables, plugging it in. There's no overly complicated math involved in what I've had to do so far. So if I had to pull any of that out of my butt, any of that thermo or heat transfer knowledge, there's nothing there anymore. That is all gone. Hey, what is going on? Get a plumbing degree. I gotcha. What is going on? Why is my 1DS just not wanting to respond up there? So the two down there are not shiny, and the two up there are not either. Man, oh man, freaking Tepig. Yeah, HVAC is like the one thing related to mechanical engineering that actually seems somewhat interesting and like I could kind of get into, but just the job I'm in, like HVAC is not really something like we really have to deal with or have going on, you know, much of in you know, my design job. So maybe one day. But certainly if I got more into HVAC, I would need to know more about like heat transfer and all that. So I gotcha. So I'm curious, Roost, where are you from? Because, and maybe you went to school somewhere in the States that had a lot more options than I did, but sounds like your schooling was a bit more specialized. Are you from like the UK or something, somewhere in Europe? Or are you just in the US and had a much more thorough high school than I did? Or maybe you're in Canada. I don't know what their schooling is like up there. Or maybe I've completely guessed wrong and you're somewhere else. You're from Arkansas, okay. Well, you seem to have a lot of like career paths given to you. A lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? God, I'm blanking on the term. Yeah, I brain just completely gone blank here. But no, the fact that you had a teacher that was like teaching you like plumbing, electrical stuff, HVAC, that's like way more specialized than anything I had in school. Okay, it was a shop class. I gotcha. Yeah, like my high school, we did not have a shop class. Like the AutoCAD class I was in was kind of like our shop class in a way, like, but not really. Like we did the occasional project where you actually had to like build something, manufacture something, but it wasn't anything crazy. Like most years it was just creating CO2 like derby race cars for a little track. That was always like the best week of the year. You would design your little CO2 car in like SolidWorks, and then using your design you would then carve it out of a block of wood. And then for like a whole week, we would just race cars and see whose design was the best in class. But no, we never dove into any of that, other stuff like that, like HVAC or plumbing, electrical. Yeah, sounds like it. I certainly would have liked a more shop type class where you actually did hands-on work with things. Because like I said, the derby, the CO2 wooden derby, carts that we would make was always like super fun. I always enjoyed doing that, working with my hands, like building the car, shaping it out of the wood with the machines and stuff. But that was really the only time we did stuff like that all year. Most of the other time was just working on SolidWorks, just making things he would give us, from a little book of like, oh, here, make this piece in SolidWorks, and that was it. We never actually manufactured it like IRL. I guess my sophomore year, we did one cool project that was like making an underwater submersible that was meant to do this like obstacle course. I don't think we ever really got to that point because like my sophomore year, I was basically one of two people in the second year CAD class, and then everyone else in the class was a first year. So my teacher had to spend most of the time teaching the freshmen, and so like we were kind of more just given things to do here, there, and less oversight. So that project we really spent most of the year working on, and kind of just constructing a submersible to run underwater, and we just kind of made something out of PVC pipe and learn the basic wiring to fans and stuff to move it in the water. It was cool, but it wasn't super in-depth or anything crazy. We got 2 female Tepigs up top. We got 2 on the bottom, though. Nice. Yeah, certainly sounds like a fun class. Man, my back is just really getting me right now. Goodness. That is funny. Okay, the fact that I got two... Okay, well now I got 3 females on the screen. I don't like when I get a bunch of females in a row because it's like they're supposed to be rarer, so I feel like I'm hitting the same RNG seed or something every time, but I don't think that's really how it works. Yeah, my teacher did have some stories of kids who got a little too comfortable with the bandsaw and ended up taking off parts, if not a lot of their fingers. I was always super nervous to use like the bandsaws or anything like that. I was very cautious. I did not want to lose a finger. But my teacher was not baby boomer. He was like Gen X probably. Like old Gen X, if not like, I guess he could have been like a young baby boomer, maybe. I would say he's probably like an older Gen X guy. Yeah, I'm scared to do the Reshiram, Zekrom, and Victini hunts, just because if I mess up and don't remove the shiny lock properly, I don't want to spend an asinine amount of time resetting for them and being like, why is it not shining? And it's like, well, you didn't remove the shiny lock correctly, you idiot. Like, I'm really scared about that. Like, I do not want to mess up and not remove those shiny locks and then just soft reset for no reason. Oh, let's see. Well, Meloetta, I think, just had its first ever official shiny release like this year, so I think I'm just gonna have to hack that one in somehow. Yeah, unfortunately, since I'm doing the Shiny Living Dex in Black 2, White 2, the shiny Meloetta they just came out with doesn't really do anything for me. So to get it in Black 2, White 2, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to hack it into the game, to be honest. Just because it's literally impossible to get in these games, unfortunately. And then I think there's a shiny Genesect event that I just need to figure out how to access. I'm pretty sure if I do something with like DNS services and Wi-Fi and all that, I'm pretty sure there's a shiny Genesect event that I could try and download to get a shiny. Obviously, yeah. And then yeah, Victini, gotta try and remove the shiny lock somehow. Same with Reshiram and Zekrom. And then Arceus, I, got the Azure Flute in my game so that I can soft reset for Arceus and Platinum. And then, whatchamacallit, Shaman, I'm gonna have to figure out. Manaphy is gonna be the real pain in the ass. Manaphy is gonna be, yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do Manaphy, but I'll figure it out eventually. And then Mew and Deoxys, yeah, I can get those items into the game, so I can go shiny hunt them in Emerald and Ruby Sapphire, all that. But certainly the one I am least looking forward to is Manaphy. I do not know how that one is going to go. Like, good. But that is, yeah, the one I do not want to deal with the most is Manaphy. Wyatt, what up, what up? How's it going? I'm currently playing Black 2, White 2, Black and White. So every game from Generation 5 I currently have on the screen at the moment. Yeah, I know that was Nora. Nora is very, very good at figuring out how to do those crazy shiny hunts. Yeah, I would definitely probably need to talk to her about how in the world she did that with all those Manaphy eggs, because goodness, that was something. Nice, playing through Pokemon White. What's your team looking like at the moment? I do remember a while back, Nora tweeted something about like getting Manaphy eggs or something into the game for shiny hunting, but I deleted my Twitters, so I've kind of lost that tweet to go back and look at. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do the Manaphy hunt. Yeah, I've got a while to figure it out, though. I've certainly got a while. You have, what is it, Oshawott and what, Lillipup? Is that the dog you're talking about? Oh yeah, I gotta decide what I want to do for Groudon, Coyote, and I'm stretching, by the way, if you're wondering what in the world I'm doing. Right side of my back is being weird for me. I think I'm gonna try and do another one, because like I'm currently doing Arceus, Dialga, Palkia, Giratina all at the same time. I think I'm gonna do the same thing with, you know, trios like that, Rayquaza, Groudon, Kyogre. I'm gonna hunt for all three at the same time. So that I'll certainly be looking forward to that one. I love me some Gen 3 legendaries. I think I might, because well, no, I think actually what I would do is I would do Kyogre and Groudon together and do like 2 iterations, you know, of each at a time. So I could do 2 Groudon, 2 Kyogre, you know, soft resetting, see which one I get first, try and, you know, get them. And then I would probably do Rayquaza on its own. It's like own individualized hunt, you know, just 4 different instances of shiny hunting for Rayquaza. So I think I would probably do that. Oh, I didn't even... Can event Pokemon like that be shiny? I didn't even think about anything like that. Nah, I was just planning on most likely shiny hunting for them in Ruby and Sapphire. Potentially, I could do it in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, because they are in those games, just late in the post-game. So I could do it in a number of different games. I haven't truly decided yet. Man, I just cannot. Oh, and I just realized I did it once again. I completely went past the call that I made of 9,142 being the number. So, shocker, it was not the number. So, yeah, I always thought that. What is going on? Why is this one game not responding up here? I always thought gift Pokemon like that were, you know, shiny locked. Like they were always going to be non-shiny. I thought that's how they worked. So I'm looking for a shiny Tepig. So I'm soft resetting the game to get a shiny Tepig. So every time I have these 4 games load up and None of them have a shiny. I gotta start over and try again. And I have done that. No, so luckily the starters are not shiny locked in this game, so I can get the shiny starters here. It's just very low odds, very low odds. So low that I've seen 9,152 Tepigs and not one of them has been shiny. I've never played Pokemon Sweet, but I've heard of it. Way back in the day, I watched a Let's Play of someone playing Pokemon Sweet. So it's a ROM hack that I would certainly like to play. I need to get around to it, but I just have not. In the last decade that I've known of it, I have not gotten around to doing it. But it's a very cool looking game, very sweet. Pun not intended, but worked out. Yeah, I mean, you're having to learn a whole new type chart in order to get through Sweet. Oh, I was blanking on the name right there for a second. Oh, I don't even want to know how I'm going to react to this Tepig. I might... I might just be so happy that the hunt's finally over. I don't even have anything to say, but more than likely I'm going to freak the fuck out. Like I'm going to flip when I get this dang Tepig to shine. Yeah, Pokemon Sweet Tooth did make a sequel. Now haven't seen anything about that. I don't think I've ever seen anyone play Sweet Tooth before. But I am 100% Masuda methoding the rest of the starters. This Tepig is the only one I'm soft resetting for. Once I get this Tepig, I am booking it to the daycare. You know, in the post game, so I gotta beat the entire game first. But yeah, no, I am not soft resetting for all the starters. No, no, no. Oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. I'm just, I'm running off of the belief that hatching eggs is going to make everything super easy and life is going to be really nice when I start doing that. So it's just wireless. You know, if you have a DS, you have the games, just go to the Pokemon Center, talk to the lady in like the top left, and you'll end up in the Union Room, and you just, you know, interact with each other's characters and trade. Yeah, it's in the Pokemon Center. It's like in the top floor, one of those ladies up there. I'm pretty sure it's the lady on the left. But yeah, just talk to her. Just be in the general vicinity of your friend. Oh, if you're playing on your phone, then you can't trade, unfortunately. As far as I'm aware, you know, phone emulators do not have the capability of trading with each other. So yeah, sorry, no trading on the phone, I do believe. Yeah, true. Well, I'm planning on only shiny, like when I go to do the eggs, I'm not just going to be Masuda methoding for all the shinies and the eggs. I'm also going to have the shiny charm. I am planning on 100% completing the national dex and getting the shiny charm before I start doing all that. And I want to get the shiny charm before I start resetting for, like, you know, the Reggies are in Black 2 White 2, so I'm gonna soft reset for them in Black 2 White 2 with the shiny charm. The Lotties, the Lake Trio, like any legendary like Cresselia, anything that I can hunt in Black 2 White 2 with the shiny charm or with Masuda method, I'm gonna do it. I guess I shouldn't say any. Like, there's some Pokemon I'm not gonna do that with. Like, there's some Pokemon I want to make the hunt a little more special, so I'll put myself through a bit of misery instead of just taking the easy way out. But for the vast majority of Pokemon, I'm going to be reducing my shiny odds as drastically as I can. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's a lot of boxes of Tepig eggs. Good lord. So, in terms of resetting, I have, I mean, the number of resets is hard to say, but I mean, I have tried, you know, I've looked at a total of 9,100 and it's gonna be 72 after these 4. So, you know, the number all the way up there, at the very top where it says encounters, that is how many Tepigs I have seen so far without getting a shiny. It's in Japanese, not Spanish. 2 of them are in Japanese. 1 of them, or yeah, 2 are in Japanese, 2 are in English. So no, no Spanish games, just Japanese and English. And the reason for that is because Japanese games are a lot cheaper than the English ones. English games are much more expensive, unfortunately. I have thought about collecting all, you know, every language variant of Black 2 White 2 there is. Just because, obviously, they're my favorite games, so that is something that has crossed my mind. Like, ooh, should I try and collect every language variant of the games? You know, I have Black 2 in English, I have Black 2 and White 2 in Japanese. So, do I want to go through the effort of trying to get, you know, a couple Spanish copies? I don't know what all languages the games came out in. I would assume Spanish, maybe Italian, German, French. Maybe, like, I really don't know. I'd have to look into it more. Yeah, it's kind of insane how much cheaper. Like, okay, so the English versions of these games are like 160, 170 bucks. Ridiculous. The Black 2 version I've luckily had since high school, so I did not pay the ridiculous price that they are now. But I do have to get a White 2 eventually, which will cost me a pretty penny. But my Japanese versions of Black 2 and White 2 combined cost me 120, and I'm pretty sure I paid way too much for them. I'm pretty sure I could have gotten them for cheaper than that. But even still, like, overpaying for them, I still spent significantly less for both of them than I would have spent for one of them in English. Yeah, the like first iteration of Pokemon games from every generation are super cheap in Japanese. Like, they're super cheap. Like, Japanese red, blue, and yellow, red, blue, green, and yellow are so incredibly cheap. Like, you would think for like the greatest selling Pokemon games of all time, the games that started the whole phenomena, built a multi-billion-dollar richest media franchise in history, you would think those games would be more expensive, but not. They're like $15. Like, they're cheap to get the Japanese copy of the original games. Yeah, that is true. And I think it's because Japan has very, very strict laws about replicating video games. I'm pretty sure, like, replicating and emulating. Pretty sure Japan has very strict laws about that. Yeah, fair. Yeah, it is also just the collector mindset of English speaking people, specifically in America. Like, Japanese people, they have their own collectibles that, and they do collect, Pokemon cards and all that kind of stuff as well. But the way we treat collectibles in the West compared to the East is certainly different, and also drives stuff like that. But yeah, definitely English being a extremely universal language for a lot of people drives that as well. Man, this little pig is really gonna do this to me. I feel you there. I really want to go to Japan too. Me and my friends have been talking about going to Japan for the longest time. But yeah, I would certainly love to go to Japan, and I would be in the card store. Now, Pokemon cards is my bread and butter. Like, that is where I truly reside as a Pokemon fan and collector. Like, Pokemon cards are number one for me. Oh, I'd go over there and I'd have a field day at the card shops. Oh my lord, I would have a field day. Especially considering I mainly collect Japanese cards. Like, Japanese Pokemon cards are my thing. Like, I'd be a kid in a candy store. I do like collecting Pokemon themed consoles and the like. I mean, shoot, I'm rocking with one right now as my controller for all this. So I've got the Dialga and Palkia themed DS right now that I'm using for all this. So, and then I've got a Pokemon themed Game Boy Advance right here, if I can get my finger to point. So yeah, I do collect Pokemon themed, you know, devices and stuff, but not nearly to the level that I'm collecting Pokemon cards. I'm very lucky that I still have my copy of Emerald from childhood. Actually, all three of my, I had all three, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald growing up. So they're all up here underneath the big old Dragonite plushie above me. I've got Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald up here. Oh yeah, 30 bucks. That is a steal. I got mine for like 180. Yeah, 30 would have been nice. Yeah, unfortunately, my Black 2 copy is a day one. Well, yeah, it is a day one. Like, it is my original copy of Black 2 that I bought back in high school. My copy, I had a copy of white version as well from high school, but I lent it to a friend who lent it to his girlfriend, and they broke up and I never got it back. So, rookie mistake, don't lend your Pokemon games to your friends, because, yeah, and stuff like that happens. But my games that I have from childhood are my Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. I unfortunately got rid of my Pokemon Crystal, which was my first ever Pokemon game. I don't know why I got rid of it, but I did eventually get it back before the price went crazy. So I have a copy of Crystal hanging out right here that I got for like 20 bucks at Second and Charles. So also got rid of, I had a copy of Yellow and Red growing up that I didn't keep, but I got a copy of Yellow back. That's over here. Got rid of my copy of Diamond I had growing up, but I got a copy of Platinum from a friend in high school, so I luckily still have Platinum. And then I think that's all from my childhood stuff. Everything's past Generation 5 would be like stuff I've gotten in adulthood or like in college. So all my other games are relatively new to me. I mean, obviously modern generation games are going to be new. And oh man, 9,200 encounters on the Tepig. This freaking pig just doesn't like me. Oh, it doesn't like me. Oh, nice. Fire Red can be a pricey game. Fire Red can be pricey. I picked up Japanese copies of Fire Red and Leaf Green recently for this, because the English ones are expensive. Hey, I mean, it's always worth holding on to. Outside of my Pokemon games, I did not hold on to any other games that I don't really have too many games, honestly, currently in my possession. Oh, nice. That's a fun hunt. That's a cool hunt for Shiny Porygon at the game corner. But I'm getting the feeling that I think I'm gonna call it a night here. You know, 9,200. We're on a good even number, good increment of 100. Also been going for about, you know, a little over 2 hours. Getting a tiny bit late for me, so I should probably start winding down and going to bed. So yeah, I'm gonna call it an evening here, and I will be back tomorrow with another shiny hunt. Not gonna be Tepig. Haven't decided fully what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow, but it'll be something. Either Magikarp, Squirtle. Those are really the only other two I have have on me to do. So we'll see. But you know, I'll schedule out the live some point tomorrow. But 8 p.m. and where was I going with that? 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be back, and then yeah, Wednesday be back with Tepig, and then on Friday be doing Arceus Giratina Dialga. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, Roos. Thanks for chatting. Always appreciative. Yeah, we definitely got through a good amount of resets tonight. Definitely made some good progress, but appreciate you hanging on out, chatting with me. Always nice to have someone around to keep me sane while doing this. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.